Well, the CIA World Factbook estimates the Greek minority to constitute 0.9% of the total population. The U.S. State Department estimates that Greeks make up 1.17%, and other minorities 0.23% of the population. The latter questions the validity of the census data about the Greek minority, due to the fact that measurements have been affected by boycott. Macedonians and some Greek minority groups have sharply criticized Article 20 of the census law, according to which a 1,000 fine will be imposed on anyone who will declare an ethnicity other than what is stated on his or her birth certificate. This is claimed to be an attempt to intimidate minorities into declaring Albanian ethnicity. According to them, the Albanian government has stated that it will jail anyone who does not participate in the census or refuse to declare his or her ethnicity. Genk Poyo, the minister in charge, has declared that Albanian citizens will be able to freely express their ethnic and religious affiliation and mother tongue. However, they are not forced to answer these sensitive questions. The amendments criticized do not include jailing or forced declaration of ethnicity or religion. Only a fine is envisioned, which can be overthrown by court. Greek representatives form part of the Albanian parliament, and the government has invited Albanian Greeks to register, as the only way to improve their status. On the other hand, nationalists, various organizations and political parties in Albania have expressed their concern that the census might artificially increase the numbers of the Greek minority, which might be then exploited by Greece to threaten Albania's territorial integrity. The official language of the country is Albanian, which is spoken by the vast majority of the country's population. Its standard spoken and written form is revised and merged from the two main dialects, Geg and Tosk, though it is notably based more on the Tosk dialect. The Shkumbin River is the rough dividing line between the two dialects. Also, a dialect of Greek that preserves features now lost in standard modern Greek is spoken in areas inhabited by the Greek minority. Other languages spoken by ethnic minorities in Albania include Armenian, Serbian, Macedonian, Bosnian, Bulgarian, Gorani, and Roma. Macedonian is official in the Pustek municipality in East Albania. According to the 2011 population census, 2,765,610 or 98.8% of the population declared Albanian as their mother tongue. Mother tongue is defined as the first or main language spoken at home during childhood. One road sign in Albanian and a minority language Macedonian, and one in Albanian and a foreign language for tourists English and Pustek. Top road sign in Albanian and a minority language Greek in Garanksh Bottom. In recent years, the shrinking number of pupils in schools dedicated to the Greek minority has caused problems for teachers. The Greek language is spoken by an important percentage in the southern part of the country, due to cultural and economic links with adjacent Greece. In a 2017 study carried out by Instat, the Albanian government statistical agency, 39.9% of the 25-64 years old is able to use at least one foreign language, with English first at 40.0%, followed by Italian with 27.8% and Greek with 22.9%. Among young people aged 25 or less, English, German and Turkish have seen rising interest after 2000. Italian and French have had a stable interest, while Greek has lost much of its previous interest. The trends are linked with cultural and economic factors. Greek is the second most spoken language in the country, with 0.5 to 3% of the population speaking it as first language, and with 2/3 of mainly Albanian families having at least one member that speaks Greek, most having learned it in the post-communist era 1992 present due to private schools or migration to Greece. Outside of the small designated minority area in the south, the teaching of Greek was banned during the communist era. As of 2003, Greek was offered at over 100 private tutoring centers all over Albania and at a private school in Tirana, the first of its kind outside Greece. Young people have shown a growing interest in the German language in recent years. Some of them go to Germany for studying or various experiences. Albania and Germany have agreements for cooperating in helping young people of the two countries know both cultures better. Due to a sharp rise in economic relations with Turkey, interest in learning Turkish, in particular among young people, has been growing on a yearly basis. Young people, attracted by economic importance of Turkish investments and common values between the two nations, gain from cultural and academic collaboration of universities. As of the 2011 census, there were 1,587,608.56. 7 Sunni Muslims, 280,921. 10.03 Roman Catholics, 188,992. 6.75 Eastern Orthodox, 58,628. 2.09 Bektashi Muslims, 3,797 0.14 Evangelicals, 1,919 0.07 Other Christians, 602 0.02 of other religions and 153,635.49 believers without denomination in Albania. 69,995 people 2.5 were irreligious while 386,024 13.79 did not declare their religion. Albania is nevertheless ranked among the least religious countries in the world. Religion constitutes an important role in the lives of only 39 of the country's population. In another report, 56 considered themselves religious, 30 considered themselves non-religious, while 9 defined themselves as convinced atheists. 80 believed in God and 40 believed in life after death. However, 40 believed in hell, while 42 believed in heaven. The preliminary results of the 2011 census seem to give widely different results, with 70 of respondents refusing to declare belief in any of the listed faiths. The Albanian Orthodox Church officially refused to recognize the results, claiming that 24 of the total population adhered to its faith. Some Muslim community officials expressed unhappiness with the data, claiming that many Muslims were not counted and that the number of adherents numbered some 70 of the Albanian population. The Albanian Catholic Bishops' Conference also cast doubts on the census, complaining that many of its believers were not contacted. The Muslim Albanians are spread throughout the country. Orthodox and Bekdashis are mostly found in the south, whereas Catholics mainly live in the north. In 2008, there were 694 Catholic churches and 425 Orthodox churches, 568 mosques and 70 Bektashi techs in the country. Representatives of the Sunni, Orthodox, Bektashi and Catholic Albanian communities in Paris. Albania is a secular and religiously diverse country with no official religion and thus, freedom of religion, belief and conscience are guaranteed under the country's constitution. During classical times, there are thought to have been about 70 Christian families in Durres, as early as the time of the Apostles. The Archbishopric of Durres was purportedly founded by Paul the Apostle, while preaching in Illyria and Epirus. Meanwhile, in medieval times, the Albanian people first appeared within historical records from the Byzantines. At this point, they were mostly Christianized. Islam arrived for the first time in the late 9th century to the region, when Arabs raided parts of the eastern banks of the Adriatic Sea. 333 It later emerged as the majority religion, during centuries of Ottoman rule, though a significant Christian minority remained. During modern times, the Albanian republican, monarchic and later communist regimes followed a systematic policy of separating religion from official functions and cultural life. The country has never had an official religion either as a republic or as a kingdom. In the 20th century, the clergy of all faiths was weakened under the monarchy and ultimately eradicated during the 1950s and 1960s, under the state policy of obliterating all organized religion from the territories of Albania. The communist regime persecuted and suppressed religious observance and institutions and entirely banned religion. The country was then officially declared to be the world's first atheist state. Religious freedom has returned, however, since the end of communism. Islam survived communist-era persecution and re-emerged in the modern era as a practiced religion in Albania. Some smaller Christian sects in Albania include evangelicals and several Protestant communities including Seventh-day Adventist Church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and Jehovah's Witnesses. The first recorded Protestant of Albania was said, "The first recorded Protestant of Albania."